Ooh. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Thanks for joining East Hampton Library for our virtual program today. We're joined by Sarah Hulbert, a representative from Disability Rights New York, who's going to be running this presentation for us. So thank you so much, Sarah, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. So my name is Sarah and I'll be presenting today. I work for Disability Rights New York, which is the protection and advocacy agency appointed by Congress to represent people with disabilities who live in New York State. So we have 3 offices throughout New York. We have one in Brooklyn, one in Albany, and one in Rochester. The Albany office is our main office, but everything we help people throughout the state. So it doesn't matter where you live. You can live in any part of New York. If you have a disability and you're seeking any legal advice or any legal help, you are eligible for our services. So like I just mentioned, Disability Rights is the federally and state authorized protection and advocacy agency for people with disabilities who live in New York State. Something that's really important, just to let you all know, it is completely free for our services. So none of our services cost any money whatsoever. It's really important for us to advance the rights of people who live with disabilities, both children and adults. And we really want to be able to help people with disabilities be able to exercise their own life choices and also participate in community life throughout New York. That's very important to us. Something that I always like to ask people or tell people if they're wondering whether or not disability rights can help them is, would I ask an attorney or a lawyer about this? If so, you can call Disability Rights New York. That's kind of like the question I always pose to people if they're unsure whether or not they can use our services. And also we welcome all calls. So if you're not sure whether or not you're eligible for services, please give us a call or shoot us an email and we'd be able to definitely let you know whether or not we could assist you. If you have any issues with, Access VR, different vocational rehabilitation agencies, Social Security, those are all things we assist with. So there are 8 programs that are a part of Disability Rights New York. We have a program called PAD, and that's to assist people with developmental disabilities. PAMI, so that's for people who have mental illness. PAIR for individual rights. CAP, which is the Client Assistance Program, and that's where I'm an advocate. That's where I help people with educational issues or employment issues who have a disability and are facing any issues with that. We also help people with traumatic brain injuries or TBIs. We help with assistive technology, voter access, and also we assist people who are beneficiaries of Social Security as well. So the program I work for, like I mentioned, is called CAP. So what is the CAP program? It stands for Client Assistance Program. And what I do is I advocate for people's rights who are seeking employment or educational opportunities through different vocational rehabilitation agencies, federally funded living independence centers, or tribal VR agencies. So there's many reasons you can contact CAP. Again, CAP is just one subset of Disability Rights New York, but you should contact us if you're interested in obtaining vocational rehabilitation services. If you're having trouble finding any vocational rehabilitation services and you want more information or resources, if you've even applied for vocational rehabilitation services and you were turned down for some reason, feel free to reach out to us. If you don't like your vocational rehabilitation counselor, if you have any questions about policies or procedures, your case is closed, and you're not sure what the next steps are, you're just not sure what to do, or you're denied services from your local independent living center, those are all reasons that you could contact the CAP program at Disability Rights New York. So who's actually eligible for CAP services? Like I mentioned before, if you have a disability and you live in New York State, DRNY can probably assist you. If we can't, then we will give you a referral to someone who can. We have extensive resources and referrals, so we really can help in any way we possibly can. If you're living in New York State and you have a disability and you're interested or you're receiving services from any New York State vocational rehabilitation agency like Access VR or the New York State Commission for the Blind, or if you're an Indigenous person and you work with a tribal vocational rehabilitation program, or if you're working with or live in federally funded independent living centers, we can assist. So if you're interested in working or finding education opportunities, that's something that usually adult continuing career and education services can assist with. I've had clients of all ages who are interested in this service. So basically what you can do is fill out an application, and I've included the website here. It'll also be included obviously in the recorded version, but it's through access.nised.gov. And that will be where you can fill out an application for services. If you're also not sure how to fill out an application, you can call us at 518-432-7861, or you can send me an email. My contact information will be at the end of this slide. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. And so once you've completed the application or we've completed it together, you would either email it to accessvrapplications@nised.gov, or you can mail it to your local district office. So there are many district offices throughout New York State for Access VR services. And I recommend usually just emailing it because it gets there faster, and we can also help you expedite the application process, but you can also mail it. And I've included the website for the list of district offices. You can also just Google Access VR district offices and it will come up as well. So that's the general overview of what CAP is, Client Assistance Program, what Disability Rights New York does. I wanted to leave a few minutes for questions and answers portion. If anybody has any questions, I welcome you to unmute yourself or type it in the chat box if you're more comfortable doing that. I wanted to throw up my contact information here. So if you have any questions after the presentation, or you're not interested in asking any questions during the presentation, you can always reach out to me at sarah.hulbert@drny.org. I respond to email very quickly. If you have a question that I'm not able to answer, I'd be able to refer you to someone who could. So I don't know if anybody has any questions at this point. If not, I can go over a couple of frequently asked questions that I usually get, but I just wanted to open up the floor and see if anyone has any questions. So I'll go over a few frequently asked questions, and if this sparks anything, just let me know. So a question I get very commonly asked is there an age range or an age limit to who we can assist? No. We help people of all ages at Disability Rights New York. So within my program, because it's education or employment based, usually you have to be of employment age, which I believe is 16 in New York State, or 18 for full time. So if you ever want to reach out to us and you're not sure whether or not you'd be eligible for services because of your age, please reach out. But I've had clients who are in their 70s who are interested in work, and that's totally acceptable and something we can obviously help with. We want people of all ages to be able to receive our services. We help people who are younger than 18 and 16 in other parts of Disability Rights New York. So it's not limited by age. Also, if you know of someone, you have a sibling, you have a friend, a cousin, a daughter or son who has a disability, and you're interested in seeing whether or not they could benefit from our services, again, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at mail@drny.org, or you can send me an email as well. So you don't have to call on your own behalf. If you're interested in helping someone else who's in your family or someone that you know receives services, you can always reach out to us and we can go from there. Everything is confidential. Every service we offer is free, like I said. Another commonly asked question I get is, do you assist veterans? Yes, we do. We are not limited to who we can assist. As long as you have a disability and you live in New York State, you're eligible for our services if they fall under our priorities. So if they don't for some reason, we can always refer you to a different agency or a different resource. But if you have a disability, it does not matter whether it's developmental disability, a physical disability, anything like that, a traumatic brain injury, we can assist you. If you live in New York State, you have a disability. So we really do run the gamut in terms of who we can assist, which is great. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, or you can email us at mail@drny.org or call our number. It is free to call. Our intake team is great, so they'd be able to help you in any way that they could. If there are no further questions or any questions, I can wrap up because I don't like to continue on for long presentations because I know they can get a little boring. But thank you all so much for coming. If anyone has any questions, I wanted to let you have one more opportunity. Again, if you have questions, you want me to answer them separately, please don't hesitate to reach out via email. That's what I'm here for. Well, thank you all so much for attending. I hope this was helpful, and I hope it gave you a little more information about what Disability Rights New York can assist you with. Thank you so much for having me. This has been great. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to answer any questions you may have. Yes, Nigel.
I'm just saying thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Nigel. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much for everyone who came today to join East Hampton for this program. And thank you so much, Sarah, for being here. It was really educational and it was very helpful. Thank you.
Oh, good. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody for coming.
Of course. Everyone have a great day. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.